Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome to a new video. It's been a little while, but today we got some more news to cover about Legend of Mushroom. We have an update which is hitting tomorrow, and then actually it is today. Anyways, we'll cover that update, and then we'll also talk about the gacha starting this Friday, right? So as always, we got some stuff for you to spend your money away into, as well as some news about Aptoide, which are going to be coming in very handy if you're going to be spending any money in this gacha, let's be honest, right? So let's go and get into it. Anyway, so let's just real quick go ahead and check out what's in store for the update that came today. And I just realized. Anyways, we have an event which is called the Wintry Throne, which is starting on the 14th, right? So I'm assuming this is going to be the actual gacha. There we go. Yeah, that is the gacha event. Then we also have the Starlight Award, which is just an announcement. We already talked about this in the last video, which is coming not this week, but the week after this one, if I'm not mistaken, and it's just going to be another chance of getting, you know, your usual coming back previous event kind of rewards, right? So artifacts, back attachments, and mounts from previous events. If you really want to be getting them and you missed your chance in the past, now you might have another chance of spending your money away. We also have the live simulator coming back around, which is just a little bit of a mini game. I don't really particularly enjoy this one, and it's not that rewarding anyways, but that is something for you to go ahead and do. Freeze! Download Legend of Mushroom through Aptoide right now and enjoy bonuses of up to 35%. As you accumulate these bonuses, you'll be able to use them to buy things for you instead of actually using your real money like we are showing right here. All you need to do is go to Google and search for Aptoide, click on the first link that appears and download it. As you download Aptoide, it will install in your device. Once it is installed, go ahead and search for it in your device, and then within it, go ahead and search for Legend of Mushroom. Go ahead and click on Legend of Mushroom within Aptoide and download it and install it in your device. Then head on over to Google Play and search for AppCoins wallet and download it and open it up. Here in the Aptoide wallet, you will be able to see your current balance as well as input my promo code Midway, which will get you an extra 5% bonus whenever buying anything in Legend of Mushroom. There is a guide down in the description, and the code is also down here on the screen as well as in the description, so go ahead and get it now and start earning more value for your money. Now, we have a new gear slot enhancing system, and this is actually a pretty big shock to me. Servers announced at least 21 days ago are going to be getting the Magic Furnace. Alright, so this is going to be a big power spike. Anyways, the gameplay is the following. So use Arcane Stones to upgrade each of the 10 gear slots to increase the gear's basic attribute bonus. Alright, so after all the slots reach a certain level, you can use the Divine Crystals for a breakthrough to unlock advanced attribute bonuses and continue upgrading the slots. So you're going to be able to actually choose what attributes you want to be upgrading. It seems like after enough breakthroughs, you can initiate Gear Resonance and activate affix effects, and that is what we're looking for. The actual particular effects we will be trying to reach. And then related items are obtained via parking wars and shops, so assuming it's going to be something you can just go ahead and buy in pretty much any event shop. Nice that they say parking wars, because it might be something that really elevates that gameplay a little bit more, just so you participate into it, especially the server versus server parking wars. Anyways, Magic Furnace bonus event, which usually comes around whenever they introduce a new feature nowadays. For a limited time, you're going to be able to pay yourself to do some limited time rewards, right? So you're going to be able to get extra rewards during that time if you do those daily quests usually, and if you pay for like an advanced version of a battle pass, you will be able to get even more bonuses out of all this, right? So we also have some optimizations. The level limit has been increased, so raising the max mount level from tier 24 to tier 30. I mean, let me real quick just go ahead and check what my... And we already got it over here, right? Of course, it's already been introduced, right? So we can already go ahead and check it out. But in any case, I do not have any of the required materials, right? So we might go ahead and find out how we can get some of these. We can, of course, go ahead and just do some of these quests so we can get a few of these rewards. And damn, this is quite slow since I'm on the emulator, as you can see. But we're getting some of these basic rewards, right? Just from like logging in, doing some very basic stuff, share the game, harvest 2 times, all that stuff. Then we got some other bonuses, which is like if you reach a certain point, you're going to be getting extra resources like this one, for example. And then you're going to, of course, buy yourself just extra stuff for a limited time. So if I go ahead and try and participate in this, just so we can see a little bit of how this works, I just selected quick upgrade, and it seems like it did spread the upgrades somehow. Not too sure where the upgrades hit, because I couldn't really tell, honestly, but I do seem to have something have happened. Whenever I click on the gear, it just kind of shows the gear. We have upgrade effects showing, but the visual feedback isn't really there, so I don't really know. I mean, at least we did get some stuff happening, but it doesn't really... I don't know, the visual feedback is really bad. Anyway, so we also have the raised max level of back accessory talents from 20 to 40. This sounds like extremely pay to win, but anyways, sales season is optimized with some issues that had happened, then some item descriptions and some season rules, whatever. Increase the max number of favorite mounts to 18 in the parking wars and cancel parking wars between partners. What do you mean? Cancel parking war cooldown between partners? Not really too sure what that means. Class balance, the new Dark Lord passive. Anyways, a little bit of a rework there, but it's just a very minor change. And then push notifications, optimize the frequency of push notifications. I don't even have those enabled. And then the chat after the server matching in Bounty Path, the cross-server chat channel will also be unlocked. Anyways, some bug fixes as well. Issues where the cross-server spot sometimes couldn't be displayed in full. Let's just go ahead and move on to the gacha event now. So the interesting stuff starts here. There we go. So of course we got all the visuals about the new gacha. We got the login screen once you get into the event. Wintry Throne, or Throne rather. Lord of Thrones, Ancient Legacy, Curse of the Dark, Gift of Fate. So that's what's going to be. You have your classification over here with the banner looking quite cool if you're going to be spending that much money. Then we also have just your battle pass with a pet, which seems like this one was the one that came back around last time. And in fact, let me real quick go ahead and check it out. But I think this one was added after the last gacha that we covered, right? So we should be able to now be able to find it if it wants to be loading. So if we go a little bit down here, it should be somewhere along the lines of here, if I'm not mistaken. There we go. So this is the one. And what it does is adds 1.5k PAL Inspire, which I'm not gonna lie, I don't even know what that does. But I'm assuming, of course, it's not something archers want, so I'm not really gonna be bothering too much about it. Anyways, next up we have, of course, then that looks like a very, very, very nice sword. But we got the big gacha screen, of course. We got a costume over here looking a little bit like World of Warcraft inspired. We have a dragon over here, the mount, the artifact, and then this seems to be, not sure what those crowns are going to be like. But anyways, there we go. We also got the store where you can just buy your items over there to just keep on rolling in the gacha. And then, of course, the PD timer, just the store you can buy your stuff into, right? So these are also other artifacts you can buy yourself if you finally get the Fate Sword, which is what it's called. The Sovereign Dragon and the Thousandfold Pagoda. I think the Sovereign Dragon wasn't a bad one, if I don't remember correctly. Everything else we're not really going to be bothering too much. We, of course, got another minigame event. Whatever this is, I don't really remember if we've had it in the past, but you're of course going to be getting extra summon chances for this one, and I do not think this carries any other sort of like mini gacha attached to it, since we already got the costume here in the main gacha, so it seems like there's not going to be a second gacha coming along with the main one here now. Now let's check out what the artifacts do, right? So we got the artifact here, Fate, which does the following, and that is a lot of text, but the global attack increased by 10%, so already pretty good. Now after the battle starts, attack, defense, and final damage resistance is increased by 10%, straight up. 30% and 10%. Oh, so each have the different effect. Okay, every 5 seconds or 15 basic attacks or 2 active skills casts grants 1 additional Power of Fate stack. So where do they say that Power of Fate stacks do anything? Anyways, increasing final damage boost, attack speed, pal attack speed, energy regen speed, final crit damage, final pal crit damage, and final crit damage. That is a lot of stats. Up to 25 stacks, right? So you're going to be ramping that up and getting a whole lot of extra stats. That is 1 power, so each one of those is going to be doing that by 1%, so 25% on all that stuff. Then each extra Power of Fate stacks after 10 stacks reduces the defense by 4% up to 15 stacks. So you're going to be getting a lot of it and then getting it reduced by, well, hold up. So each stack after 10, so that is like times 5 times 4, so that is like 20%, so you still get a 10% bonus. Okay, now each extra stack after 15 reduces the final damage resistance by 2%, up to 10 stacks. So you're going to be getting that damage, final damage increase, actually going to be a reduction of 10% after all the stacks are gone. That is quite complex, not going to lie. So you get a lot of defense and then you lose it. And then finally, after each extra stack after 20, stack deals damage equal to 1% of your current HP per second to oneself, ignoring damage immunity after 5 stacks. Jesus, so once the battle goes on for a long time, you're going to be killing yourself, literally. This is a quite, I don't know, an aggressive artifact, I guess, because you're really going to be ramping up, and then if you do not finish things quickly, you're going to be going down the drain anyways. So the mount is going to be doing the following: global defense increased by 10%, and then after every seconds, release the Icy Breath, reducing all enemies' movement speed, attack speed, pal attack speed, energy regen speed, and HP regen by 60%. Then loses 1/5 of this effect every 1.2 seconds. So it's just going to be happening over and over and over and over. You're going to be debuffing the hell out of your enemies, and then it's going to be going like down, right? The effect is going to be disappearing. This is a pretty intense reduction. 60% is a lot, right? So I think this is pretty decent, especially the artifact really seems like you're going to be wanting to have this no matter what you're playing. But anyways, here is what it looks like in-game, right? So you got it looking pretty mighty cool. Then this is the dragon, which also looks pretty damn like, just, I guess it's all kind of like Arthas inspired. But it could be anything else, I don't know. It's a bit of an interpretation. This is probably some like free cosmetics, but the actual armor looks pretty damn cool, I'm not gonna lie, and the dragon also looks pretty mighty. The sword is just nuts. Anyways, that is pretty much everything. We already pretty much talked about everything that was to be talked about. The new system in game, of course, I don't know. I'll have to explore a little bit with it, but it doesn't really seem to be very, I don't know, satisfying. I don't really see anything that's like screaming that I got powerful. So anyways, it's just another way of grinding up and just getting more and more and more powerful over time. So I'll be seeing you in the next video, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Now, the news about Aptoide is that, of course, you can now use my code without limit, right? So if you're going to be spending any money on the gacha yourself, you can now go ahead and use my code without having to switch to other codes every, I don't know, I think it was like 20 purchases. Now you can do it indefinitely, right? So that is nice if you're going to be participating in a gacha using Aptoide. Of course, you're going to be benefiting from those sweet bonuses. You're going to have more information about Aptoide down below in the comment section. Actually, in the description, there's going to be a link about it. In any case, of course, go ahead and ask me away in the description, or the comment section rather, if you want to be finding out more about Aptoide. But in any case, I'll see you in the next video, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Bye bye, see ya.